What is up, YouTube? What is up, family? We have a request, and we got Indonesia's Spice Kingdom. Pumpkin spice? Is it for coffee? Oh, it's not kopi manako. It's a different kind of spice. Oh, okay. Indonesia's Spice Kingdom. The Mark of Empire. Majapahit. Yes. Let's go. Let's check it out. Oh, it's a long video. Oh, I gotta get my kopi manako ready. I gotta get my water and my vodka. Water, not vodka. Water ready. Okay. I got everything I need. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Let's check it out. Let's learn something. Let's learn a little something. Do I need English subs? Put this over here.
Southeast Asia is one of the most diverse places on the planet. With so many different cultures and religions, all living side by side.
The world could learn from this.
And I'm an example of just that. My name is Peter Lee. I'm a Singaporean scholar of Peranakan descent. Chinese with a dash of Malay blood.
Oh, Malay.
I celebrate being mixed up. It's right in my DNA.
My passion is collecting artifacts that offer a fresh narrative.
It's a European fairy tale, but is depicted on a batik from Indonesia. How wonderful is that?
I'm setting off on a new journey, traveling further back in time.
Oh my God, we see this everywhere in Southeast Asia.
Wait a minute, let me see that. Oh, I have that. Yeah, I got.
Journey, traveling further back in time.
Oh yeah, I got this. I got this in my house. It's a square wooden thing, and you put a marble in it, and it's got little knobs, and then it makes the square go like this. And you got to make the ball go up and down the maze into the middle, and in the middle hole. So that's where the game came from. It came from Indonesia. It's the same thing. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. You feel me? I got the game. You got it too? Damn. I don't even know the name of the game. But that's what it is.
Oh my God, we see this everywhere in Southeast Asia.
To explore how the region's mighty empires have shaped our collective identity.
This is a gold mine. No culture exists in isolation.
In this episode, I'm traveling to Indonesia to learn about a 700-year-old empire that once dominated these islands. They built a trading empire so vast that it stretched across much of the spice route. I'm probing the secrets of how it grew into one of Southeast Asia's greatest powers, and how its legacy lives on today.
Very interesting. The Mark of the Empire. Majapahit. Look at it. Oh, God. I'm jelly.
The world's largest island state of Indonesia.
And I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Is an archipelago of over 17,000 islands.
Yep, I know that.
More than 6 religions and 300 different ethnicities. once unified by the Majapahit Empire. To find out how it all comes together as one nation today, I'm in a 4th grade civics education class.
Barack Obama, he went to this school and he was here. Oh, no, it's the wrong video. Wrong video. It's a different video. Never mind.
My name is Peter Lee. I'm from Singapore. You all know where Singapore is? Yes. Yes? All know.
The Americans would be like, no, I don't know where that is.
Singapore is a small island and Indonesia is so big. And we have only 4 main races. So today I want to learn a little bit more about Indonesia. Can you tell me where your family is from? Ada dari Jawa? Dari Jawa Timur, Jaktim.
Each one's gonna be a different place.
Sulawesi Selatan. Jawa Barat, Sunda. Ya, Sunda. Chinese.
Oh.
We think we're a melting pot in Singapore, but right here, I've just found over 10 ethnicities.
10. In one class, 10.
I want to find out how their teacher, Neni Herawati, bridges these differences.
Anak-anak di sekolah itu kan mereka berbeda-beda suku bangsa. Ini pun tidak menjadi hambatan untuk mereka bisa berjalan seiring bersama-sama.
Again, the world can learn from this.
Kita akan belajar tentang indahnya kebersamaan. Indahnya kebersamaan itu artinya apa coba?
Saling menghargai.
Saling menghargai. Ya, berarti boleh Audi.
Tidak memilih berbangsa.
Negara kita itu adalah negara yang terdiri dari berbagai pulau, ya. Maka walaupun berbeda-beda suku bangsa, kita tetap berpedoman kepada semboyan negara kita apa? Artinya beda-beda tetapi tetap satu.
Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, or Unity in Diversity, is Indonesia's national motto.
Oh, wait. I know this. Yeah. I've seen this in the Alfie Red videos.
Or Unity in Diversity, is Indonesia's national motto. But where did this phrase come from? And what's the story behind this call to unity?
Ini naskah Sutasoma, naskah tertua yang dimiliki Perpustakaan Nasional. Perkiraan waktu penulisan di masa kejayaan Majapahit.
Wow.
Yudi Irawan is showing me the Sutasoma, a 700-year-old poem written on dried palm leaves.
I've handled so many ancient and archaic materials, but I've never handled anything of such great national importance.
Teks Sutasoma ini menceritakan tentang pengembaraan Pangeran Sutasoma. Dalam pengembaraan itu, dia melihat berbagai hal gitu.
Sutasoma was an Indian prince with no interest in ruling, so he left his kingdom to travel. One story records a clash between religions. A wicked king called Purushada lived off the flesh of his subjects.
That's not good.
To help them, Buddha reincarnate Prince Sutasoma offered his own body. But this offended Purushada, who called on Lord Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction, to kill Sutasoma. The Buddha and Lord Shiva battled, but both were equally strong. The battle continued until priests told them to stop fighting. Because although they looked different, in reality, they were one.
Bhinneka Tunggal Ika.
So this is the famous Bhinneka Tunggal Ika.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
It's amazing. 700 years ago.
It's a parable of religious harmony during the 200-year rule of the Majapahit that stood for how Buddhism and Hinduism were often practiced side by side, an idea of acceptance that continues to have resonance today. The Majapahit is said to have been the first kingdom to unite the diverse archipelago. To understand how it flourished, I'm starting at the very beginning. In 1289, an envoy from the Mongol Emperor Kublai Khan landed in Java to demand allegiance. But King Kertanagara sent them packing by mutilating their faces.
By mutilating? Damn.
In retaliation, Kublai Khan sent a mighty fleet of 1,000 ships and 20,000 men to unseat the Javanese king. But when they landed in Java 3 years later, King Kertanagara had been assassinated, and in his place was a different king. A prince called Raden Wijaya saw his chance. He offered to help the Mongols overthrow the new king and swear allegiance to the great Khan. Together, they attacked. And captured the king. But then, Raden Wijaya turned on his allies with a surprise attack. And the Mongols fled, never to return. In 1294, Raden Wijaya became the first king of the Majapahit and built his capital in the hinterlands of Java, in the city of Trowulan.
Centuries ago, this was one of its most important gateways. Split gates such as these were built to impress and intimidate, and I can really feel that standing here.
I want to see what else is left of the Majapahit Empire. The people of Majapahit worshipped in places like these, called Candis. They were usually either Hindu or Buddhist temples, but
It's amazing that we call it scaffolding. All the scaffolding is made out of bamboo. It's, man, I tell you, it's a whole other world, people. A whole other world.
people often visited both. This one was rediscovered in 1905.
Umpama waktu itu Belanda tidak peduli dengan Candi Dermo, kemungkinan sudah roboh, sudah rata dengan tanah. Pada umumnya di Jawa Timur, sebagian besar candi-candi adalah terbuat dari bata. Ini bata asli. Kemudian yang bagian atas ini bata baru. Jadi pemasangannya.
Sumarianto heads a local effort to restore the temple to its former glory. The work is being done at the top, but I suffer a bit from vertigo.
Rickety stairs, not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
All the way? Okay, oh my God. I can't look down. Wow. An amazing view up here. Bagus sekali. The design is based on surviving remnants of the bricks on one side. There are even some carved bricks that have survived. They're just going to leave this like this. So you can clearly see what's original and what has been replaced.
But there's still plenty left to be done, and I want to help.
Kasih air dulu, basah. Lalu kita ratakan bagian yang.
So I'm trying to do this carefully because I don't want to waste their precious bricks. Wah, jauh.
Iya.
The next step is to grind the bricks down.
Look at how wonderfully and perfectly aligned these bricks are. So this new one on the top has to be ground until it's a perfect and snug fit. This takes ages. It's not easy to do.
I'm 20 minutes in and nowhere close to meeting Pak Sumarianto's standards.
I'm getting some help to do the final touches.
The last step is to set it with some mortar.
That's a perfect fit.
It's great to see this Majapahit heritage being cared for, especially since nearly 90% of Indonesians today are no longer Hindu or Buddhist.
Oh, wow. And they still take care of the temple. You see that?
There is a Muslim cemetery here, there's a mosque, there's just a school on the other side. This is really part of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I just love the way this is so integrated. It's one of the most beautiful things to experience.
Majapahit's religious tolerance resulted in peace throughout the kingdom. But it was geography, its position on the island of Java between India and China, that saw the Majapahit grow into a trading power. I've been allowed access to a dig site in the old capital that can provide evidence of just how wealthy the empire once was.
Situs ini dikenal dengan nama situs Grogol. Itu yang batu-batu itu sisa-sisa lantai. Apa namanya, kalau yang bata merah ini kemungkinan pembatas-pembatas ruangan.
Yusmaini Eriawati and her team have uncovered the base of a house with 700-year-old artifacts.
Just brush away the soil.
Sedikit-sedikit ya, biar dia tampak sendiri.
This is a very precious old part of some ceramic pot.
Daunnya itu, daun lotus. Nah, di sini kelihatan bahwa ini bagian dari vas bunga yang besar. Nah, ini salah satu hiasannya.
It's actually very beautifully rendered. And, you know, it's more typical to see a lotus flower, not the leaf. This is very beautiful.
The team have made a variety of finds that tell an exciting story of the empire's reach.
Kita umumnya di trawulan ini kita ketemu 3 asal keramik. Ini keramik Thailand dari Sukhothai. Sukhothai itu hiasannya biasanya umumnya tuh gambar ikan.
Oh, wow.
Kalau misalnya dia berwarna merah, ini dari Vietnam. Memang yang paling dominan keramik-keramik Cina, dari Loncuan, dari Cindengchen, dari Fujian, Dehua, dari Guangdong.
I'm blown away by how cosmopolitan the Majapahit were. Religious and ethnic tolerance, combined with its strategic location, were the building blocks for an empire. But the secret to its wealth was born from the island's treacherous terrain.
I didn't do that.
I'm in Java, exploring how the Majapahit grew into an empire.
Just look at this, the quiet majesty of rice fields and volcanoes.
This island is part of what geologists call the Ring of Fire.
Of the 130 active volcanoes in Indonesia, the largest cluster exists here in Java. So the people have lived here for centuries on that very fine line between sublime beauty and utter destruction.
It was this particular geography that gave the Majapahit a great advantage. I'm helping Daso Widodo, a third-generation farmer from Karang Pandan, Central Java, plant vegetables.
Ini tomat.
Oh, tomat.
Ini cabai merah.
Tomat? That's how you say it? I know that word. Tomat. It's almost like very close to French. In tomat. Wow.
Ini begini.
Ya.
Betul.
Dibuang, ya.
Sudah?
Dah.
Everyone should start their morning like this. It's so good for the soul.
Good for the mind too.
It's almost enough to make me forget about the ominous shape in the distance. I would be very scared to live so close to a volcano.
Daerah sini yang dekat-dekat itu enggak was-was kalau menurut saya. Tanyanya ya bagus ya. Istimewa di sini.
Mount Lawu has been dormant since 1885.
Okay.
But in 2014, another volcano erupted just 140 kilometers away.
Lupa itu. Sampai sini abunya. Jadi sampai 2 cm mungkin ya di sini. Kalau dulu situ meledos, itu sesudah itu panenan di sini ya bagus.
So it really has this positive effect on farming.
Wow. I didn't know
Volcanic ash is rich in minerals that stimulate plant growth, making Java the most fertile of all Indonesia's islands, and giving the Majapahit Empire massive rice harvests. More than enough to feed the local population.
That's good, that's good.
And trade with merchants from the Spice Islands, who would travel here on monsoon trade winds that blew from the east between June and September. Their boats were laden with spices like clove, nutmeg, and mace that they traded for rice. They would sail home when the winds changed direction 3 months later. These west winds brought a new set of merchants who came to Java to trade their porcelain, beads, and textiles for spices. This trade turned Java's coastline into thriving trade ports, including this, the city of Tuban. Tuban's golden age was during the Majapahit period. It had a large community of merchants, both local and foreign.
What's going on, Indonesia? What's up with that beach, man? What's up with that beach? Come on now. You can't leave a beach looking like that. That's not healthy. That's not good for the locals. You guys got a plastic problem, don't you? This is not the first time I've seen this problem. You guys got a lot of dirty places, dirty beaches, you guys got the most beautiful places also. But it's just, I don't understand. Why are some places immaculate? Like you could eat off the floor. And then other places, it just seems like, I don't know, people don't care. They just throw it on the beach. It's messed up. You eat the fish, right? You eat the fish. I'm sure you guys fish, eat the food, and you want that in your food? I don't know, man. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. That is not a man-tap beach.
It had a large community of merchants, both local and foreign. And it was also the scene of cultural transformation. I'm searching for an iconic product born from the winds of trade. An art form that I feel a deep connection with.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. Enak sekali kesini. As a collector of traditional textiles, I'm always on the lookout for good batik. My mother, my grandmother, and my ancestors were all wearing batik.
Look at the skill involved here.
So it's very much part of the history of other countries, and it's the history of my community. Uzwatun Hasana is a 4th-generation batik maker.
Ini alat tenun yang namanya tenun gedok karena diambil dari suaranya dok-dok. Jadi mereka, para ibu-ibu mengerjakan ini malam hari. Jadi tetangganya bunyi dok-dok, tur. Di sana dok-dok, tur, saut-sautan kayak irama musik.
So this is another kind of intangible aspect of weaving that nobody ever talks about. The sound of batik. It takes over 30 steps to make a piece of gedok cloth. And it begins with spinning raw cotton into yarn.
Tempel.
Wow. She's just letting the yarn just pool itself.
Pelan-pelan lagi. Tarik.
Oh my God. It really is just happening like magic. You just touch. Well,
You just broke it, man. Now she's mad at you now. Now you in trouble.
I'm obviously not the magician.
Once the cloth is done, comes my favorite part.
Yeah, this is amazing. How artistic you have to be to do what this woman's doing right now.
Drawing patterns using wax.
Amazing.
As a scholar, I'm very interested in the designs.
Jadi motif batik ini menggambarkan dari unsur Cina, ini ada burung hong. Terus ini ada Jawa Hindu yang menggambarkan Majapahit. Terus ada juga unsur India.
Semua dicampur.
Dicampur.
Yeah. Being Peranakan and being so mixed in many ways, I love seeing all this wonderful mishmash of vibrant, dynamic patterns.
The fabric is then soaked in a bath of natural dyes before it's wrung out. A process that is repeated 30 times.
30 times.
So this is an oxidization process, and we're starting to see the pattern.
Nenek saya itu waktu tua, itu tangannya biru. Seneng.
Ya, pertama kali saya coba. Tuban batiks are just the earliest kind of batik that we know. There's a lot of pride in this as something so Indonesian, but there were very interesting influences going back and forth. We should be celebrating these links rather than separating all our cultures into different sort of boundaries.
This site right here, this site is amazing.
Religious and ethnic tolerance and its location at the center of a major trading route resulted in a blending of cultures that powered the Majapahit Empire. But it was a legendary prime minister who led the empire to its golden age in the 14th century. The elephant general Gajah Mada, who some say made an oath that he would not taste spice until all of their outer islands were under Majapahit rule. True to his word, in 1331, he consolidated the empire's hold over Eastern Java. In 1343, he conquered Bali and continued eastwards. By the mid-14th century, Majapahit's tributary states were said to stretch from New Guinea to parts of the Malay archipelago.
Wow.
With extensive trade links, the empire grew richer and richer. And the extravagance of the royal court knew no bounds. Under King Hayam Wuruk, a great patron of Indonesian arts, the empire built a rich cultural heritage that is beloved and practiced even today. Something I want to experience firsthand.
Look at this, it's very complicated, the kind of coordination you need, rhythm, hand movements, there's so many things to think about.
Wayang Topeng was performed at the Majapahit court to entertain and impress foreign guests from all over Asia. Sometimes, the king himself would take to the stage.
Hayam Wuruk juga menari topeng. Dia sebagai penari yang sangat bagus pada masa itu. Kemudian ibunya itu dia juga sebagai penyanyi, ayahnya juga pemusik pengendang.
So it's a very musical family.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like mine.
Sri Handoyo has kept the art alive by teaching local children. And today, he has an older student.
Ya, yang kanan agak maju. Ya, jadi 1, 2, 3, 4. Dari sini. 5. Mundur. 6. Diangkat. 7. 8. Ya, seperti itu.
Tak boleh ingat.
I'd be like, what was step 1?
1, 2, 3.
It takes a year to master just one dance.
1 year.
7.
Ui.
8. Bagaimana?
Susah sekali.
The dancers perform tales from popular folklore about a Javanese prince called Panji.
Selendang ini adalah senjata dari panji itu sendiri. Ini adalah senjata yang seperti pisau kecil-kecil itu yang dia ditata seperti itu. Sehingga dia menari itu bisa seperti itu.
It was a form of self-defense and also attack.
Okay.
So this is the killer flick with a smile.
Wayang Topeng actually means masked dance. Noble.
Now, you guys got the best costumes in the world, in my opinion. I mean, amazing. And this is beautiful. We'll get to see the actual mask being made.
Wayang Topeng actually means masked dance. Noble characters have delicate features, while evil ones have bulging round eyes and fangs. The color green is reserved for Prince Panji, a role that Pak Handoyo has offered me in this community performance.
I do feel regal. I think I'm ready.
Wow.
It's time for me to impress my waiting audience like a Majapahit king.
Good luck, brother. Good luck.
One of Southeast Asia's most powerful empires, the Majapahit impressed foreign visitors with its court performances, including the Wayang Topeng or masked dance. A big favorite were tales of the fabled Javanese prince Panji. Panji travels to get hold of a heavenly flower only given to the pure of heart, a gift for the lady of his dreams. But his arch nemesis, King Kalana, has other plans. His minions try to steal the flower, and a battle ensues. Finally, King Kalana is defeated and becomes Panji's disciple.
Hey, you know what? At least they're making it interesting for the kids. I mean, you got to keep it exciting. You got to keep it fresh and real. Otherwise, the kids get bored real fast. I would not be bored in a situation like this. And the kids don't even realize they're learning history. See, it's all about how you teach. If you want the kids to remember, it's how you teach. It really is.
The Panji stories represent the sum of human experience: love, loss, despair, endurance, and ultimately happiness. That was really, really amazing. I think Hayam Wuruk and all these kings were playing these parts, and here I am doing exactly the same thing.
The Panji stories are great love epics, But what can they tell us about the Majapahit? To find out, I'm visiting the state temple of the empire. Candi Penataran, home to the biggest collection of panji reliefs.
Look at that.
That's set in stone, the very stories the dancers are created from. I'm going to play this sort of game with myself, trying to guess what these stories are all about.
Yeah, good luck.
It's easy to spot panji wearing a cap, which is actually a Javanese headdress. Oh my goodness, this is impossibly poignant. So we have here Panji. He's holding his scroll, his love letter, which he is about to hand over to a pigeon. And then over here we see kind of turbulent waters and the pigeon flying above it. And here, delivering the love letter to Chandra Kirana.
Wow.
These are stories of Panji's struggles to reunite with his one true love. The two come from different kingdoms, so it's a Romeo and Juliet story, except not quite.
Because they didn't, like, kill themselves off.
This is so beautiful. It is so charming and tender, and I think it marks the end of the story, the finale, the reunion of the lovers. These stories weren't just popular in Indonesia, but also in continental Southeast Asia, evidence of the Majapahit's cultural influence. But the way it was carved in stone at the state temple suggests that the great love story of the popular hero Panji was also used as a political symbol of unity between different peoples. Under Hayam Wuruk, Majapahit's celebrated king, the empire became greater than ever. But what was the relationship between the Majapahit center of power in Java and their other islands? I'm heading next to Lake Matano on the island of Sulawesi. Here, researchers are looking below the deepest lake in Indonesia in search of clues for how the empire controlled these faraway islands. The water is so clear. I'm going to join them now. This was a lakeside settlement, most likely sunk by earthquakes. It's full of pebbles of very uneven sizes, different rocks. You can even see artifacts. It's incredible. And here is where the real magic is. An old iron workshop hidden 15 meters below. Archaeologist Shinatria Adityatama and his team are bringing up a few artifacts for a closer look.
Attention! Have you recently lost New Jersey family care? Get Covered New Jersey is here. Just Shinatria Adityatama and his team are bringing up a few artifacts for a closer look.
As you can see, this is very nice earthenware pottery.
Made
and
locally, you think?
Made locally. And you can see inside a lot of charcoal from the iron production activities in the past. It's around 8th century.
Oh my god, so this is 8th century charcoal still
Yes,
in this
in
condition?
situ, inside the pottery. So this is a spear. So one of the greatest find from the Matano Kingdom civilization.
Just incredible. To find a piece of metal from the lake that is not rusty, I mean, that's just short of a miracle, I think. Sulawesi means island of iron.
But where are they going to put it now? It goes to a museum? Did they put it in a museum, or did they put it back in the water, or? See, none of the. It's almost like you guys leave things untouched, as it should be. But then again, if you want everybody to see it, I understand you can't. I understand the reasoning for museums, believe me. But sometimes, you know, I don't know. I feel like things should not be touched. I don't know. Island of Iron. Makes sense.
But it's the traces of nickel here that have preserved these artifacts for centuries.
Matano can produce very high quality iron. So, of course, the people in Java also wants it.
And would this material have been exported?
Probably. Majapahit is a very big empire and they need to defend themselves. Defense themselves.
You got trees growing out of the water. That's amazing. Look at that. Just
Shinatria explained to me that historians are still divided on the extent of the Majapahit's rule over Indonesia's outer islands. To find out how the locals remember their history, I'm excited to meet a person who can truly speak for the people here. The Mokole, King of Matano.
Pada saat Majapahit perang, hanya Matano yang bisa membuat besi untuk perang.
I see.
Pada saat Majapahit ke sini, kita pastinya hubungan Majapahit dengan Matano ini hanya hubungan business.
So this iron ore trade was a sort of friendly trade relationship.
Yeah.
There's evidence the Majapahit directly controlled Eastern Java, Bali, and Madura. But the empire's might further afield may have been the product of its trading wealth and standing. That gave them unprecedented influence over these outer islands known today as Indonesia. But by 1389, the golden age of the empire was about to be disrupted.
Does it twice every time.
For 40 years under the rule of the great king Hayam Wuruk, the Majapahit Empire exerted substantial influence over what's known today as Indonesia. But merchants from the Middle East, India, and China brought with them a new faith that spelt change. Built in 1421, Masjid Sunan Ampel is East Java's oldest mosque.
1421. I was just a baby.
It's named after the Muslim saint credited with spreading Islam here. Sunan Ampel was a Muslim foreigner from the state of Champa, modern Vietnam, whose family was connected by marriage to the Majapahit rulers. When he arrived in Java, he was granted freedom to teach the Islamic faith. In the 15th century, Islam was a religion of traders, and it was tolerated by the Majapahit. As the faith spread, it weakened the authority of its rulers, who were seen as gods in the Hindu-Buddhist tradition. But the end of their reign was brought about by something closer to home. Legend has it that when the Majapahit attacked another Indonesian empire, the Srivijaya, around 1398, the Srivijayan king was driven from his outpost in Singapura and fled north to Malacca. There, he converted to Islam and traded with Muslim merchants from the Middle East, India, and China, establishing a new trading hub to rival the Majapahit. Internal power struggles weakened the empire further, until a people's revolution drove them east to Bali. But the last Majapahit king is said to have fled west to Mount Lau and took refuge in a Hindu temple. 500 years have passed since the fall of the Majapahit Empire. But Candi Ceto still draws visitors from all over Indonesia, the world's biggest Muslim nation. Today is Kuningan, a day to honor one's ancestors in the Balinese calendar.
Yang ini, pengikat kepala, ini adalah simbol dari pemurnian Majapahit.
I'm excited to join Pak Jiro, a Hindu priest, in a ritual from the Majapahit times.
Ini untuk mendoakan semua leluhur supaya sampai mendapatkan kemuliaan sang roh-roh yang sudah di alam nirwana.
The offerings are for a final farewell to ancestors as they return to heaven.
These are just the first few steps. Many more to go.
It's a symbolic climb to sacred heights.
Oh, that's a feast. You guys sure? You guys sure you're gonna waste all? I mean, that looks like some good food. You know what I mean? Like, is it okay if you like just a little bit? You know, on the way up, just a little. You know, a little bit, just to make sure. See, I'd be like, look, I gotta make sure that this food is good enough for those going back to heaven. So I gotta taste a little bit. You know, I just gotta. Hey, sir, can I have a little bit of yours too? Just a little bit. Just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit, because it looks like a damn feast. It looks delicious. You know, so you want to make sure that the people going to heaven, they're going to be happy with the meal. That's all.
Near the top, we head to the oldest part of the complex.
We have flowers, we have fruit, we have incense, perfume, wonderful cooked food. It's a multi-sensory offering. It's so beautiful.
Goodness, it's a whole feast.
It starts with just the chime and just one tone. It really hits somewhere very deep. This wonderful offering recall all the beautiful things that make family. And it's a very special, universal feeling. I can't help but think about my late parents. I apologize, I'm a big crybaby. It's all about respect and paying back the love of your ancestors. And at the end of the day, we're all connected, so I'm part of this as well. The Majapahit tolerated differences among its close neighbors and distant visitors alike. That foundation, however, is being tested by rising fundamentalism and separatism today.
All you need is one bad seed.
But in a neighborhood in East Java, people are coming together in spite of their differences.
Good.
I'm just outside Surabaya and this is just amazing. There's a mosque, a Buddhist temple, Catholic church, there's a Confucian temple coming up, a Hindu temple, and right at the end, a Protestant church. I'm here to meet its leaders and to find out what it's all about.
Amazing.
6 religious sites built side by side is a first for Indonesia. The local leaders meet regularly to discuss the problems faced by the community. It's a legacy of the Majapahit, and I want to see how it's shaping Indonesia's present.
My father is Catholic, my mother is Buddhist, so I have grown up in this multicultural environment. What is everyone's opinion about the state of religious tolerance in Indonesia today?
Kita punya sejarah panjang tentang pemberontakan yang masalah ideologis, tapi memang dari sejarah-sejarah itulah sebenarnya kalau kita mau lebih bijaksana, kita mesti perlu belajar banyak dari pengalaman-pengalaman.
Katanya orang kan tak kenal maka tak sayang. Saya melihat bahwa 6 rumah ibadah ini menjadi miniatur dari kerukunan umat beragama di Indonesia.
Bela negara itu bukan saja berlatih prajurit. Saya berharap dengan Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, konsep agung di zaman Majapahit, ini jawabannya adalah sebuah empati.
In a climate fraught with intolerance, this is a symbol of hope.
These are all religions of communities that played a part in shaping Indonesia. In a multicultural setting like this, the only really viable option has been to find ways to live alongside each other, both then and now.
But how are the nation's youth inspired by this aspiration of togetherness?
They're taught properly, that's why.
Oh my God, I'm a street artist. I love this. Don't want to destroy this. I'm going slow.
Yes, the basic of spray paint, you must slow.
Exco and his crew are street artists who regularly take part in mural activism.
Go too near, it gets too thick, so you have to keep a certain distance. Otherwise, it starts to drip. I think I've done it. Is this all right?
It's good. For the beginner, it's good.
I finally see the mural taking form. It's a mixture of different colors and shapes that all come together in a handshake.
I love how your work is very...
That's amazing. Wow. Man, I tell you, man. Artists, they got the ideas. That's brilliant.
strong and powerful.
It's symbol about united Indonesia.
Yeah.
Colors a symbol of pluralism, about many culture in Indonesia. I dream no more conflict, no more violence, no more rasis. Saya sebagai orang Jawa Timur dan Majapahit visinya kepingin Indonesia lebih bersatu. Kita harus membawa cita-cita Nusantara untuk mempersatukan seluruh daerah di Indonesia. Mungkin seperti itu.
I mean, look, I have to imagine that a country with the most religions, the most diversity, it didn't come easy. It did not come easy. I mean, I didn't know you guys had riots and, I mean, look where I live. Trust me, I know about racism. But I can imagine. We got racism here for like 3 or 4 different religions. You guys have to go through racism for 300 religions. Oh my God. So that's what makes you guys amazing. That still today, nothing's changed. It's still, after all the problems, all the fighting, all the riots, whatever, you guys stuck together and said, no, we're not. We're united no matter what. Even with the racism, the fighting, and the riots. We don't tolerate that. That's the way it should be. It's the way it should be. Because these people right here, the children, they watch, they learn, and they grow up with the same mentality.
Banyak anak-anak muda seperti saya merasakan hal yang sama.
I love it.
Yeah, because they're taught properly. If the parent teaches the child to hate, the child's gonna grow up and hate.
The Majapahit Empire fell in 1520 after 2 centuries in power, which was followed by over 300 years of colonial rule, before Indonesia finally gained independence in 1945. But as a nation faces new challenges today, the legacy of the Majapahit offers some important historical lessons.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
The Majapahit Empire found itself on the crossroads of the highly lucrative spice trade, and its openness and shrewdness allowed it to attain unprecedented wealth and cultural refinement. The idea of being stronger together rather than separate is a legacy that shaped the modern Indonesian nation and continues to inspire a path for the pluralistic society here today.
See, that's another good point. That's another good point. If you got everybody on the same page, you're stronger. If everybody's separated and got their own ideas, you're weaker. That's so true.
I've traveled through Indonesia searching for traces of the Majapahit, an empire that rose to unprecedented powers, thanks to its relationship with nearby islands and peoples. It's a reminder that 500 years on, the challenges of the modern nation hark back to age-old questions that have shaped what it is to be Indonesian since its earliest days.
We did it, man. We did it. 47-minute video. And I'm not going to get up for work tomorrow. I'm going to be tired. But we did it. I mean, just look at this view. Very good, man. Very good. Very informative. Very. I don't know. You guys just keep teaching me. I just keep learning. The problem is I'm a little old now, so I'll forget half of what I just learned. But if I can remember half, trust me, that's a win. That's a win. If I remember half, that's a win. Even if I remember a quarter, that's still a win. Trust me. Something in the brain will stay in there, and I'll be able to act a little bit intelligent next time I talk about Indonesia with my friends or family. You know what I mean? So, anyway, love these videos. This one, it's tough. Trust me, it's tough when they're this long. I have to sacrifice to do these because, the music, the channels, 5 videos a day. 150 or 140 and 50 requests a month. It's work. It's work. So, and those are, music videos, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. This is 47 minutes. You know how many music videos I could have did with just this one video? So yes, but that's how dedicated I am to this channel because I love this. This is amazing stuff. There could be one about Italy. It could be one about Spain. It could be one about France. Like, you just learn and learn and learn about all the countries and how they got to be what they are today. Not just your country. You should learn about every country. Right? Even you, the Indonesian. You should. Maybe we should do one about Greece. The country Greece. How did Greece become Greece? Aren't you interested? If they had a video like this, right? Me and you, we'll learn. We'll learn about Greece. Anyway, this is why I love this channel. It's going to be a good channel. This is going to be a good channel. I feel it in my bones. Okay, anyway, good video. Indonesia's Spice Kingdom. The Mark of Empire. Majapahit. There you go. I know I said that so good. Yeah, but I am American. I'm not Indonesian. I know. Okay, anyway, video, man tap. D, go to sleep now. I gotta go to sleep. It's getting late. All right? Okay, take care. Peace out. Have a good night. Keep sending them. You know we're gonna watch them. If I don't watch them in the first 3 weeks, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I won't watch it. It could be 2 months later. I will watch it. It's just time. I have no time. That's my problem. I got no time. Okay? So listen, we start getting 1 million views on all the videos. and then I don't gotta go to work. Then I can make videos all day. Could you imagine how cool that would be? All day. You look at my face every day, all day. Oh, I feel bad for you. No, that's terrible. I don't want you to do that. Okay, anyway, look, we're going to move on to the next video now, all right? Take care. Peace out. Have a good night. Man, tap.